Hey, what's up, fight fans? UFC 320 wasn't just another fight night, it was a night that flipped narratives, shattered expectations, and set up some of the biggest fights we could see in 20. We had shocking finishes that made the crowd lose their minds. A champion's legacy growing in real time, a hidden injury that nobody noticed until hours after the main event, and a call-out that could shake two entire divisions. This wasn't just a card, it was a turning point. And if you think you've seen everything, wait until you hear what happened behind the scenes. Let's get into it. When you put two light heavyweights in the cage who both fight like their lives depend on it, someone's gonna sleep. Yuri Prochazka versus Khalil Rountree was a stylistic powder keg from the start. Yuri unpredictable, unorthodox, a human whirlwind. Khalil explosive, dangerous in close range, with the kind of power that can shut anyone's lights off in an instant. For the first two rounds, both men tested each other. Khalil found some success early, chopping at Yuri's legs and trying to time his entries. Yuri, on the other hand, was studying that signature patient chaos. You could feel he was waiting for the right moment to strike. By the third round, that moment arrived. Yuri flipped a switch. Suddenly, he wasn't reading anymore. He was dictating. He marched forward, cutting the cage, forcing Khalil to retreat. With the kind of pressure that breaks fighters, Yuri closed the distance and unleashed a perfectly timed combination that crashed through Khalil's guard. Boom. One clean shot landed flush. Khalil dropped. The crowd in Vegas exploded into pure chaos. Yuri didn't need follow-ups. The fight was over. This knockout marked Yuri's 32nd career victory, putting him at 32-5-1 and extending his streak to 2 straight since his comeback win over Jamahal Hill. For a fighter whose style is often described as organized madness, this was vintage Prochazka, unpredictable, devastating, and impossible to look away from. And that was just the opening act of the madness that unfolded that night. Next, it was time for the bantamweights to put on a show. Corey Sandhagen had waited years for this shot. Technical, slick, and confident, he came in ready to prove he could be the one to stop Merab Dvalishvili's incredible run. And before the fight, he made sure everyone knew it. Corey dismissed Merab's cardio as overhyped. He claimed the machine nickname was just a myth. He promised to break him down. But when the cage door closed, talk time was over. Merab came out like a storm. He pressured Corey immediately, closing distance, landing strikes, and mixing in takedowns seamlessly. Early in round 1, he clipped Corey with a right hand that had him wobbling, and for a moment it looked like we were about to see a rare Merab knockout. Corey survived, but from that point on, it was complete domination. Merab's takedowns were relentless. He chained them together beautifully, giving Corey zero space to find his rhythm. Even when Corey tried to adjust, switching stances, moving laterally, Merab was always one step ahead. By the time the final horn sounded, Corey looked exhausted, frustrated, and beaten. The judges scored it unanimously for Dvalishvili, marking his 14th consecutive win. That streak officially surpasses UFC legends like John Jones, Demetrius Johnson, Khabib Nurmagomedov, and Max Holloway. Think about that for a second. 14 straight wins in one of the most competitive divisions in MMA. And beyond the stats, the moment that really stood out came backstage. Cameras caught Merab and Corey exchanging respect, laughing, hugging, talking about near finishes. Corey even told him, "You're an animal." It's those small moments that remind us why fans love this sport. Beneath the trash talk and intensity, there's respect. Merab walked out of UFC 320 not just with his belt, but with his legacy growing by the fight. And while he was cementing his place in history, a storm was brewing in the light heavyweight division. Going into the rematch, most people had the same thought: we've seen this before. The first fight between Alex Pereira and Magomed Ankalaev was a tactical chess match. Ankalaev used his grappling, neutralized Pereira's striking, and walked away with the win. Alex looked off, hesitant, cautious, almost like a shadow of himself. After that loss, Pereira vanished from the spotlight. No endless interviews, no trash talk, just silence. But behind that silence was preparation. In the weeks leading up to UFC 320, the tension started building. Ankalaev, confident from their first fight, ramped up the trash talk. He tried to get in Alex's head, calling him predictable and promising to finish him. Alex, on the other hand, didn't say much, but when he did, it was clear. This time will be different. And when the cage door closed, it was. Alex came out like a man possessed. No feeling out, period. No hesitation. From the opening second, he pressed forward, throwing vicious hooks and calf kicks that forced Ankalaev to backpedal. You could see it on Magomed's face. He wasn't ready for that kind of onslaught. Then came the shot. A thunderous right hand cracked Ankalaev and sent him stumbling toward the cage. Desperate, he shot for a takedown, but Alex sprawled, turned the position, and started raining down brutal elbows. The ref had no choice. He waved it off. The arena erupted. Alex Pereira had reclaimed the light heavyweight title in devastating fashion. No controversy, no questions, just violent, decisive closure. But beneath all that celebration, there was something nobody realized at the time. In the middle of that fight, Alex Pereira broke his foot. It happened during one of his vicious calf kicks. Ankalaev switched stances mid-fight, and when Alex threw a hard kick at the lead leg, he felt something give. But instead of backing off, he kept fighting like nothing happened. No limping, no grimace, no hesitation. After the fight, during his interview with reporters, he mentioned it casually. "Yeah, I felt it when I kicked his leg. I think it's broken. We'll have to see." Fighting one of the division's most dangerous wrestlers with a broken foot and still delivering a highlight reel finish? That's the kind of thing that separates great fighters from legends. And as if reclaiming his title on one foot wasn't enough, Alex had one more surprise in store. After the dust settled, Alex Pereira dropped another bombshell at the post-fight press conference. He's ready to move up to heavyweight. No specific opponent yet, but he made it clear he wants bigger challenges, and in MMA that means one thing: super fights. Fans immediately started fantasy booking Tom Aspinall, Derek Lewis, maybe even John Jones. Aspinall, ever the Joker, responded in classic fashion. He said the bell would go, I'd run across full blast and spear him. That's my game plan. And the funny thing, you kind of believe him. Imagine Pereira's surgical striking against Aspinall's speed and wrestling, or a firefight with Derek Lewis, or a mega fight with John Jones, the most decorated light heavyweight of all time versus the scariest striker of the modern era. It's the kind of move that could make Pereira a two-division superstar overnight, but before any of that happens, there's someone else who wants a piece of him. Moments after Pereira's victory, Khamzat Chimaev wasted no time. He jumped on social media and said, "Congrats, now we need to finish our business." This isn't some random call-out. This rivalry has been simmering for years. Back and forth interviews, social media jabs, fan speculation, it just never turned into a real fight. But now, with Pereira back on top, the stars might finally be aligning. Stylistically, this fight is pure chaos. Pereira's terrifying knockout power versus Khamzat's relentless wrestling and suffocating pace. One mistake in either direction could end the fight. And beyond the tactics, this is a collision of personalities. Pereira stoic and precise. Khamzat wild, emotional, unpredictable. It's a fight that sells itself. The big question now, will Dana White pull the trigger before Pereira moves to heavyweight? Because if this fight happens, it won't just shake up the middleweight or light heavyweight division. It'll shake the entire sport. While Pereira and Khamzat dominate the headlines, Magomed Ankalaev now finds himself in a strange position. 2 straight losses to the champ have pushed him out of the immediate title picture, but make no mistake, he's still one of the most dangerous fighters in the division. His skill set, especially his wrestling, can give anyone trouble. The question is, how does he bounce back? A top 5 contender fight back in Russia could be a logical next step, a chance to rebuild, adjust his game plan, and work toward a trilogy if Pereira stays at 25. For now though, the spotlight isn't on him, it's on Alex Pereira and whoever dares to step up next. What a night! Yuri Prochaska reminded everyone why he's one of the most dangerous men in the light heavyweight division with a brutal third-round knockout. Merab Dvalishvili cemented his place in the history books with a 14th straight win, dominating Corey Sandhagen and showing once again why he's the machine. Alex Pereira reclaimed his throne in violent fashion with a broken foot no less than hinted at a move that could make him a two-division superstar. And Khamzat Chimaev reignited a rivalry that could become one of the defining fights of the next era. So I want to know what you think. Should Pereira fight Khamzat next, or should he chase heavyweight glory right away? And if he moves up, who should be his first opponent? Aspinall? Lewis? John Jones? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If you enjoyed this deep dive into UFC 320, hit that like button and make sure to subscribe. We've got more stories, breakdowns, and fight drama coming your way. Because if UFC 320 proved anything, it's that this sport never stops surprising us.